Name a reason you might stay indoors on a beautiful day.
Because it's raining.
Raining.
And you get this of your child. If you divorce and one person has it, they get...
Custody.
Uh-huh. And civil...
Shepherd.
No, civil...
Name a state with good skiing.
Florida.
Gentlemen, tell me, what is your favorite wind instrument? Wally?
I'd have to say guitar.
Name the most lovable breed of dog.
Kitten.
Name a city in the state of Georgia.
Alabama.
Pardon?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alabama. All right. Alabama!
Thanks, Rog. What do you think? Something associated with pigs?
The police.
Name your favorite male country western song.
What will your husband say is his very favorite kind of rodent? Georgie?
It's a rodent.
His very favorite kind of rodent.
His saxophone.
Name a pie that does not contain fruit.
Lemon meringue.
Apart from doors, we asked 100 people to name something that people open. Ross?
Bowels.
Moving swiftly on this.
Tell me which way the smoke from your barbecue always blows, Dan.
The way of the wind.
Show me the way of the wind.
Where
Your wife is not.
a fool and his money are what?
Or my ex-boyfriend.
A way to a man's heart is...
Through beer.
Through a nice skirt.
The way to a man's heart is... People who live in glass houses...
Should never be naked under any circumstances.
A woman's work is never what?
Done right.
Oh. Grab the bull by the... What's so funny?
By the... How's that?
Please describe these things associated with the word sand, and I've just told you may not say sand.
Okay.
Ready? Go.
A sand...
The password is smirk.
Smirk.
Describe these words that begin with the letters S-T-A. Go.
Ouch! Oh, no, I'm sorry. With the knife, I stab.
Your safety belt.
Things you buckle.
Your
Things you
safety
fasten.
belt. An old woman's breasts.
Things that sag.
This is, I just want a little bit off, just trim. This is what you do. Your peroxide it is cold. Right.
7-point clue. Lee Mason.
Rubber.
Rubber.
Rubber or rub her? No, rub. And this is someone. Dear Abby is a.
No.
colony.
Read it.
Oh, okay. Ruski. Another name for Ruski.
Where you would go to have a trial.
Courthouse.
Okay. If you're very wealthy, the top building, the top floor is the
Penthouse.
Okay. If you're gonna have a good time, you go to the. You have a lot of. Good time.
Toy house.
No.
Fun house.
Yes. Okay. I couldn't think of anything else. Fine. What else?
I think we all know the real answer to that one.
The password is lap.
Secretary.
I don't believe it. All right.
I'm done.
Told you I knew the answers.
Star of the show, John Burgess.
All right, who polished the floor as soon as we figure out what we're going to do here?
Oh, that hurt.
I've never seen anybody knock the tip off before.
Did you get what you wanted for Christmas?
No, considering I'm Jewish.
Oh. Did you get what you wanted for... I was ready to just skim over that, but I got to give the day. That was good. That was good, Jason Aaron. Yeah. Well, what'd you get for Hanukkah?
Nothing yet. It's not that time of the year yet.
Oh, good.
And you know, Peter Pan is made to stay good as gold, fresh and moist, anytime at all, from the first big swoop off the top of the jar right down to the last little bit at the bottom. So for happy young faces, at all times, make sure you've got Peter Pan peanut butter on hand at bedtimes, all times. Or do you?
Now, before we play Golden Medley, let's take a look at Carolyn Tobin in our gold room just off stage. Hello there, Carolyn.
Hi.
Now, guard Addis, will you please open the safe? He will now dial the final digit in the combination and open the safe. And when he does that, Carolyn, I want you to reach in there, and there will be a wheel. And guard Addis, could you open the door, please? He forgot the combination.
How will your husband say you would complete this sentence? My husband is the first man I ever heard about who... what?
He laughs so long when he's being, romantic. He just keeps, he doesn't quit. No, he just keeps going. I really can turn him on. But he doesn't turn off. He laughs. He's got, he's thin, but he's strong.
Mom number 3, what is there about your daughter that reminds you of yourself when you were dating?
Well, there's not too much that reminds me of myself when I was dating, except maybe she likes to park.
How long have you known this?
Oh, for at least 2 years.
And pop is called
Soda.
And Lysol is a
Disinfectant.
And I like to put some of this stuff all over you. And
Shaving cream.
Next question, gentlemen. What is the one thing the people on the other side of your street have more of than you do?
Cars.
Cars. Your wife said they have more grass than you do.
Grass. What have you done?
I wouldn't bet on that.
Mary Beth prayed for snow
on her wedding day?
Yes, I did. It was 32 degrees and no snow on my wedding day, but I had 8 inches on my honeymoon.
Ladies, if the law said that all married men had to take a second wife, who would your husband make a play for? Nisi.
Antoinette.
Who?
Antoinette.
Who's that?
He got a baby by her.
Oh.
Now, I'm gonna, hey, I'm gonna put that card back in the box, man. I ain't told you to tell him everything, man.
You always say it was an accident. Ain't nothing like that, no accident.
This ain't no soap opera.
It ain't no accident.
Well, you know, you get off that now. He just asked you one name. That's all you tell him.
The name? And that ain't no accident, honey. Having a baby ain't no accident.
Could I see the card, please? Man, she on drugs. I know.
Name a famous Homo sapien.
Richard Simmons.
RuPaul.
Richard Gere.
How big is your girlfriend's uvula?
How big is her uvula? I'll say about 5 inches.
I don't know. How deep is it? How big? I don't know.
Well, what do you think about when you masticate?
When I masticate, mostly girls. When I masticate, I think about dogs.
What would cause your angina to act up?
A yeast infection?
Maybe it's just that time of the month, I guess. I don't know.
How big is your epidermis?
6, 7 inches. 20 feet long.
If your boyfriend was playing with his shuttlecock, what would he be doing?
Something I don't want to know about. I probably don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Sylvia Anderson, what do you do?
I'm a waitress, and I'm also a volunteer teacher's aide.
Do you like to play password?
I love it.
Would you like to do it? We're all ready to do it. Here, I mean, play password, that is.
Gentlemen, other than popcorn, what is your favorite thing to nibble on at the movies? Steve?
I'm gonna get shot. Her boobs. I don't know if you...
Bachelor number 1, how does a girl earn a little star in your little black book?
When she puts her hand in my pocket and grabs my rocket and shoots the stars.
Name something that has to warm up before you use it, sir.
How about your wife?
Bachelor number 1, what's your favorite thing to do to torture your parents?
Actually, my mother was Welsh and my father was Hungarian, which makes me well hung. But anyway,
Kitty, how did you vote?
I went for number 2. I don't think a bird like that would cost $50 to $200, even though he can talk a little bit.
Okay, Bill Cullen.
Well, you know, we have a rule on this show that if we have seen some of the people on the show, whether they're right or wrong, we can question but not vote. Well, I have to disqualify myself because I met one of those gentlemen in the men's room, which,
What does that have to do with this?
well, I want you to know where I met the man. Because you might...
How do you answer Kitty's question?
How'd you know he was the real one?
He had his bird in his hand.
Mrs. Periwinkle said, "It's tough being married to old man Periwinkle. No matter how hard I try, I can't get a blink out of him."
A rise out of him.
A rise out of him. She looks like a little old lady, but I think she's Barbie Benton in disguise.
Gentlemen, at what time did you and your wife eat your first meal together the day after your wedding? Don?
I'd say about 8 a.m.
8 a.m. She said it was 9:30 a.m.
Oh, come on, it was not. We were up early and out, and
We didn't get up that early.
we were up by 6:30.
6:30?
Yeah.
Depends what you mean by up.
Let's leave it right there, okay?
Okay, now Daddy's going to have to put the coat right over that. And then keeping your hands in your pockets, but working from inside, get the Bobo up and out of here. Are you ready? Go. Watch what Daddy does. Yes, go ahead, boy. Just keep her going. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep pushing. Face really up. 30 hold.